Happy New Year and welcome to 2023. Right here with us on the Bridge 99 FM. It is Top of the Bridge Up and Go. My name is Richie B.
Bridge Nation, when I deal with welcome to the new year. You know this is your boy Shelz.
Morning, Bridge Nation. This is DJ Audley in the building.
All right, Audley. Makes me wonder whether or not you spent watch night at church. I note very carefully the songs that you've started with.
Yes.
But I tell you this much, it's right up my street.
That's a good one.
We're giving thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, good morning, Jody. Good morning, big man, John.
Peter John in the building.
Peter John himself. And good morning, Bridge Nation. We're here with you until 10 o'clock this morning. How has it been so far? Third day in the month of January 2023. How's the 2023 looking for you so far? Looking good?
Looking great.
Absolutely.
If you're alive.
Time for
WTF. What the facts? Alright, so here we're going now, Bridge Nation. Spending just a few months in Antarctica can actually shrink your brain. So if you ever take a trip to Antarctica, be sure to do as much socializing as you possibly can, and come up with stimulating ways to keep yourself busy. Now, research published in the New England Journal of Medicine in December 2019 explained that brain imaging in 8 polar expeditioners before and after 12 months of isolation showed that the volume of hippocampal dentate gyrus, what is that, was lower than that in controls. Now, IFL Science notes that researchers believe that the changes in the brain that they observed are a result of environmental monotony and prolonged isolation. Okay. Let me say I can do this because I do have a bag of fancy words a while ago. So nothing there Antarctica for do. And the more you keep your brain busy, you probably it can actually shrink your brain. I know it can. Yeah, okay. That's kind of scary still.
Yeah, they talk about find stimulating ways to keep yourself busy, but I think you've got very limited options.
Yeah, when you're there, they have Wi-Fi over there.
I mean,
I don't know.
What are you going to do to stimulate?
Yeah, I don't try to keep warm.
So stimulating, my goodness.
Probably get Candy Crush by your phone or something. I don't know.
Sounds like a place I want to stay away from, though. I'm not into this shrinking of my brain.
If you can't find a way to stimulate the brain,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, and this would be everybody, every human.
Yeah,
that goes there could have this situation reaching them.
If it reached the polar expeditioners, who I'm gonna assume are professionals in those temperatures and them places, if we can reach them, we average folk in Jamaica. Salt.
I wonder if this information is well known, because if it is, then it would affect their visitor arrivals. I'm sure.
I think they want. Do they want this? Because I don't think people actually live there. I don't know if people actually live in Antarctica.
Antarctica? Yeah, people live there, man.
People, for man.
Yeah, man, they live there.
Pick up themselves.
Yeah. All right, that's an interesting fact. I'm still trying to look up hippocampal dentate gyrus.
Yeah, what is that?
I'm trying to figure it out and trying to look it up as we speak, but it's not easily forthcoming, so we'll get to that later on. All right, that was
WTF. What the fact?
Yeah, get them all.
Time now for the first update for the new year 2023.
Yeah, that's right. And Spice has a lot to celebrate for this new year in Richie and Bridge Nation, as she was crowned the most streamed female Jamaican artist on YouTube in 2022. Now, the Queen of Dancehall, Spice, has started the new year in jubilant spirits after she was revealed to be the most streamed Jamaican female artist on YouTube with 399 million views for the year ended December 28th. 2022. Now, the entertainer, who took a back seat as 2022 culminated to recover from surgery due to a ruptured hernia, noted that the achievement was all thanks to her loyal fan base. "I'm grateful to all my besties. I love them so much," she added. She said that to be the most streamed female reggae dancehall artist last year is an amazing honor, and Team Spice runs the world. Now, among the women, British Jamaican rapper Stefflon Don copped second place with 261 million views, while Shenseea earned third spot with 193 million views on the platform. Now, Spice was ranked number 5 overall among the Jamaican artists, behind Sean Paul, who was number 1 with 1.2 billion views on YouTube, Bob Marley and the Wailers with 678 million views, Shaggy with 522 million views, and the Teacher, Vybz Kartel, with 415 million views. So congrats, Spice. It's a good look.
Definitely. Congratulations, Grace Hamilton. And the gap between the different artists is significant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you think that Spice would have been sort of out of commission, so to speak, since, say, October, late October, and she closes out with a decent gap over artists who are much more active in the last quarter of last year. And this makes it even more reason for her to celebrate.
Yeah, man.
So Grace Hamilton, well done.
Yeah, man.
And we hope that you'll be having another fantastic year yourself and all the other Jamaican artists, of course.
That's right.
All right, we have a story on Jimmy Cliff. He has a lot to celebrate as well. His latest album, most recent album, Refugees, by Jimmy Cliff, is ranked at number 22 on Spin Magazine's 22 best albums of the year 2022. That announcement was made, incidentally, on December 22. Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So Spin is an American music magazine founded in 1985 by publisher Bob Josione Jr., now owned by Next Management Partners. The magazine is an online publication since it stopped issuing a print edition in 2012. Influential albums that made the list include SOS by SZA, at number 12, Entering Heaven Alone by Jack White at number 7, Queen of Sheba by Angelique Kidjo, and Ibrahim Malouf is at number 6, and The Tipping Point by Tears for Fears lands the number 4 spot. The number 1 title on the list is And in the Darkness, Heart's Glow by Ways Blood. Okay. All right. That's an interesting title, isn't it? That's an interesting name as well. That was released late last August, and we're talking about Refugees now. It was released last August and is Jimmy Cliff's first album of new material in more than 10 years. It features 13 tracks, including Refugees, which of course sees Wyclef Jean appearing alongside Jimmy Cliff. Songs like Racism featuring Lil T. Cliff, and We Want Justice featuring Dwight Richards, who is also a big saxophonist. And another song that is of note is Here I Am. The album was released by Sun Power Productions, New York Limited, and Universal Music Group Recordings, UMG. Congratulations to the icon, the legend, the living legend, Jimmy Cliff, coming through with the album Refugees out of last year, landing the number 22 spot on the Spin Magazine's Best Albums of the Year 2022. Congratulations, Jimmy.
Yeah, man.
All right, those are the stories we wanted to share with you inside of
Update.
All right, it's now time for us to look at the proverb of the day, to be followed by the pet peeve of the morning. And we have the proverb. Let's hear it.
Play stone, kill bud.
Say what?
Play stone, kill bud.
Play stone, kill bud. Play stone. Stones that you play with, I guess.
I said they ramp with stone. Kill bud no sound good, so that's only like a consequence.
Yep.
That no sound good. It's
one person's fun and games using them stones may have serious consequences for someone else. Hence, play stone, kill bud.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it.
Remember that the legendary one. Stone Nana Yai. I like that one there. Regular me that one there.
Yeah, man. So play stone, kill bud. That's the proverb of the day, and it means one person's fun and games may have serious consequences for someone else. All right, take that with you today. Right now, it's time for someone to express their pet peeve at the start of this new year. Pet peeves are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. Hey, here's today's pet peeve.
Hey, what annoys me the most is when I actually hear somebody eats and then they clap their mouth. Like, you know, when they're eating and then it's like a bubble gum, for example. And then just chewing away like they're the only one in the environment.
Like them are the only one in that environment.
I don't know what shut up about.
Like the noise is not affecting you, hey?
I don't know what shut up about.
Eh?
I'm sorry. I wish I know what shut up about. Yeah, but I want the annoying for you, man. It's rough. It's rough. And then what's if you see what going in and what's if you see what going in the mouth at the same time?
Because in order to clap your mouth like that, as you're describing it, you have to open your mouth.
Jeez.
So food stuff is going to get exposed. And more than that, sometimes it actually escapes the oral cavity and lands in some uncomfortable places.
Hey, Richard, I want to tell you a joke. So that reached me one time, you know. I talk to somebody, general, I chat, you know. Good story, I tell you, so that the more stop him. You know, him shell up party, you know.
Okay.
Chat, but him piece of food drop on my hand. Now here we go. I look a piece, you know, but everybody sees it. But it's like, if the only person never sees it, the brother will tell the story. And like all of them will look at me and it's like, I had the decision, do I make the move to take this off a man and make him uncomfortable? Because he will look at me and everything.
Or continue with the discomfort.
So you know what I did do still. So let's go and make it stay this on just one of them style. It's like, yes, my brother, and just brush off man quick and fast, you know. Yeah, it's a very awkward moment.
Are you real, brethren?
Yeah, man, it's a very awkward moment. Like his food fly out him seat, seat, squad seat.
Yeah.
So we just make it go on, man. It's like, go on talk. Or done do.
Yeah.
You see me?
Okay. That is a pet peeve of many people.
I agree.
And no doubt you'd have witnessed it a lot over the Christmas Yuletide season. But please, it's not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
It's unsightly and it can be quite annoying.
Yeah.
And it is a pet peeve of many people, I suspect. All right, so since sometime around about late last year, maybe a week before the year ended, there have been whispers of a possible cabinet reshuffle in the new year. And last January, you will recall that the JLP cabinet was reshuffled after Floyd Green, Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth Southwestern, resigned as Agriculture and Fisheries Minister. Some persons believe the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, is likely to reshuffle his cabinet this month, and that would likely be the final shuffle before the next general elections. There have been a lot of talk as to who might get what and be placed where. For instance, I'm hearing that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade could possibly be given to Senator O'Brien Chang. Shelz, you're also hearing some things.
Yeah, and
Kamina
Johnson Smith,
yes,
should be moved to the Ministry of National Security,
making her, I suspect, the first female security minister. Yeah, those are some possibilities. Dr. Horace Chang's name is coming up in the reshuffle as well. He's current Minister of National Security and also General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party. And some are suggesting that he should be moved to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation with responsibility for water, housing, land, and urban renewal. Those are all bits of speculation. Here's another one before I bring in the guest. Chris Tufton, who has been, some would say, one of the best government ministers, highly rated from the Ministry of Health, that he might be transferred to the Ministry of Education and Youth. So I have with us right now, we want to say, first of all, Happy New Year to Kevin O'Brien Chang, political commentator. Morning, Kevin. Happy New Year.
Blessings, man.
Morning. Happy New Year to you, Richie.
Thank you so much for joining myself and Shelz here on Top of the Bridge Up and Go once again. Kevin, you are our first guest for this year, by the way.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Now, do you see a cabinet reshuffle at this time, Kevin, as a strong possibility, or is it just figments of one's imagination?
Well, only Andrew Holness knows, you know. But this is just my thought. If there is a cabinet shuffle, I wouldn't expect any real massive surprises. If you listen to people talk on the street, you talk to them, the changes people would want, perhaps, are freshening up the part, as they say, you know, bring some new faces in, and the good, faithful servants who perhaps have, you know, done their time. I'm thinking of perhaps Carl Samuda and Artist Shaw. Perhaps these guys might be given some nice post, rewards got them serve their party and country a long time, and bring some new faces in, you know. Names you hear people say they would like to see as ministers. Floyd Green and Juliet Holness come up a lot, you know. They're popular with the people. And the other one, which perhaps Fable Williams, she's seen as a competent person overall, but perhaps in the Ministry of Education, you need a lot more people skills. And people see her as a bit cold, a bit a technocrat, very, very smart, but a technocrat type person. So those, if you talk to the public, those are the ones I hear, which perhaps the public might want to see changes there. Kamina Johnson-Smith, I don't know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Minister feels she's the best foreign minister Jamaica's had for a very long time, you know.
But are you hearing talk that she could be transferred to the Minister of National Security? Did you hear that talk?
Well, yeah, how can I lose talk, Richie? People love excitement. But the Ministry of National Security, it's a poison chalice. I can't think of any politician who has served in that post who's got more popular afterwards since '89. Every single one who has done it, crime has kept going up. So everybody who has been there has been unpopular. But I will say this, that the state of emergencies the last 2 months, November and December, we've seen murder plummet to the lowest level. For example, in December, murders are running at 2.5 a day, which would be over a year, would be like less than 1,000, which would be the goal that most people would want. So there's been some success late in the year that I don't think Dr. Chang is as much under pressure as he was before. You know, and as I say, not many people want that job. I think it's easy enough to say get somebody new, but when Andrew Holness goes and say want a job, people might say, well, not really PM. You know, that's the problem with that one.
The SOEs still, represents a bone of contention between the government and the opposition. The Prime Minister has said that, he will continue to use them going forward. But do you believe that the SOEs are enough to tame the crime monster?
No, they're not enough, but they're necessary but not sufficient. They certainly work. Every time SOEs are put in for a long period, murder falls a lot. In 2010, murders fell by 20%. 2018, murders fell by 20%. So they do work. The controversy is political. And I tell you this, I've been talking to people on holidays. I'd say 70 to 80% of Jamaicans are very much in favor of the SOEs. They're feeling safer now than for a very long time. One reason is you don't hear the amount of murders that you were hearing up to October, on the news. When people hear murders on the news every day, it's discouraging. You feel afraid. But there's been certainly a big decline, and the public wants it. And I'll tell you this, if the PNP decides to go vote on SOEs again, it's political suicide. When 80% of the country wants something and you're a political party opposing the wishes, that means you're appealing to 20% or 30% of the populace. You're not going to win any elections with that. So the PNP must know what it wants to do. But in the end, politics is about doing what the people want. And the people want to feel safe. There's no question about that. We don't have to go as extreme as say El Salvador. El Salvador also has a state of emergency, but theirs is a different kettle of fish. They've locked up like 50,000 people. Like 90 people have died in custody. Because of the SOE in Jamaica, one of the features we notice is that you don't hear much pushback from the areas where the SOEs are. In fact, a lot of the people there, they like them. They feel safer. And one big change we have seen, which few people talk about, is the change in the relationship between the police and the public. You hardly hear anymore about brutality, police brutality, and we want justice. I was talking to Henley Morgan, the well-known social worker activist, a few months ago, and he says the relationship between the Jamaican police and the Jamaican public now is the best in the history of the country. We know the police were the occupying force back in the colonial days to oppress the people. There's no question, to keep order. They weren't here to help the people, but to keep the people under don't act up and give us any trouble. But Henley and I were talking, he agreed that that's changed a lot in the last 5 years. It's something we don't talk about, but I think if people think about it, they'll realize they don't hear that antagonism, that fights between the public and the police as hard as much as they used to. A big positive step we should be glad about.
Understood. Greetings once again, Mr. Chang. Shelz here. Now, going back to the shuffle, do you think it will affect, the party, negatively with the elections in mind, or is it just a chance to just, shine some light on some new talent? Are the elections in mind, or is it just a chance for the JLP to, flex their muscles a bit?
Well, the local government elections are well overdue. It's hard to think that Andrew Holmes is not going to call an election, that one within the next 3 months. They're overdue, and there's no reason that they shouldn't. A lot of people are not happy with many local government councils and stuff, and we haven't had a chance to replace them for a long time. And politics is always about keeping the people happy in terms of better serving the people. Ministers are there to do a job, to serve the people well. And also the other fact is people like excitement, especially the media. The media talking about all these changes. So when you have fresh faces, something new to talk about, and plus you have a lot of smart young talent on the JLP side, young guys and young ladies and men that people feel they're talented, give them the chance. And the reality is, I'm cussing myself kind of. As you get older, there's less energy. When you're younger, you have more energy. As I get older, I find it. And it's a reality of life people will see. And while the older guys have done well, they've experienced and served their country well, there's not as much energy to keep push. As when you're young and hungry, I want to make your name. It's just a reality. So perhaps Andrew Holmes can say, let me retire a few of these guys will serve me well, put them, some pushy jobs, maybe ambassador or something, and give the hungry young Turks a chance to show to show what they're made of.
Kevin, whenever there's a cabinet reshuffle, I'm of the view that not everybody is getting what they necessarily want. What should be the mindset of those who are being moved into other areas of ministry? Especially somebody who might be having to sort of take on the national security role, although they would not necessarily want it per se. What should be the mindset of these politicians?
Well, when politicians are elected, they're elected to serve the people. And Andrew Holmes' job is to get the best possible team to serve Jamaica, the most efficient team, the one that will produce the best results. And that's why his leader is Prime Minister. He's elected to, do whatever resources you have, do the best with it to make the country better. So the mindset should be that if the Prime Minister thinks I'm the person for this post, I should accept it that, hey, I got into politics understanding that whoever is Prime Minister calls the shots. And if he thinks it's the best thing, I should accept it. I'm not Prime Minister, he is. That's how I would look at it. On the other hand, Andrew Holmes' job, the most important job of any politician and a leader is keeping everybody happy. That's what politics is mainly about. You have many brilliant people, who go into politics and they're a disaster. They don't have the people skills to keep everybody happy and to keep a team united. And so whatever changes Andrew Holmes makes, he has to make sure that everybody on my side stays united and doesn't start grumbling and start fighting me down and sabotaging the situation because they're not happy. That's the biggest reality of politics.
Yeah. Well said. Thank you so much for your usual wonderful commentary, and I wish you a great day and a great year. Thank you so much, Kevin O'Brien Chang.
You too. Take care, boss.
All right. All the best. Thank you. All right, a chat there with political commentator Kevin O'Brien Chang, looking primarily at the possible cabinet reshuffle within the Jamaica Labour Party. All right, let's go to the telephone lines right now and see what we can make out of it. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you all.
Thank you very much. Who's calling?
Dwayne.
All right, Dwayne. You calling from Kingston?
Well, yeah. In fact, I'm calling from St. Catherine.
St. Catherine. All right. Good to have you, man. Hope the year has started off well for you.
Well, it's the average.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it will get better, though.
All right. We say the same thing. What's your answer?
So I'm thinking it sounds to me like drumsticks playing on a drum. A drum set.
It sounded like that to me too, in all honesty. Drumsticks
Playing on a drum?
Beating on a drum. That is what Dwayne thinks the answer is. You're the first caller in the Secret Sound game for 2023. It's the first time that we're playing the sound, and you have that answer, which I was thinking myself. Listen.
There is a little sequence there for me that tells me that it is a drum set.
So you're convinced then, Dwayne, that this is what you said, right?
Yes, I am convinced.
Which means you're not changing anything about your answer then?
No, I'm not changing anything about my answer.
All right. You heard, Shelz?
Yeah, man, I wanted the first one for the new year.
Sorry, Dwayne. That means you're not a winner, but thanks for trying.
Yeah, man, respect.
Try again sometime. Well, I said to myself, it couldn't be that easy that it's just drumsticks.
That means,
You know what I mean? There must be something else to it.
That means, Jojo can play drum.
Yeah. So there you have it. We don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Dwayne didn't get it right. What are your thoughts on it? 876-676-4996 or 876-551-5782. Those are the numbers that you can reach us on if you'd like to participate in the Secret Sound game. All right, DJ Order, just before we wrap, could you please let us hear the sound one more time? What sound is that, Bridge Nation? Let me take one more call and see if we can come up with an answer. It would be nice to start the year with a win of the first morning of work. Good morning, caller. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Who's
It's
this?
Angela from St. Catherine.
Oh, hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
All right.
They just snuck me in the last one. I think it's drumming on a drum, but with hands, not with drumsticks.
Oh. Drumming, but not using sticks. Instead, using your hands.
That's my guess.
That's your final answer?
Yes, it is.
I want to make this a great year for you as one of the listeners who tries the most in this competition. Has Angela done enough? Let us get the verdict in.
Drum roll, please.
Sorry, Angela.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, nonetheless. Take good care. Jody's saying let's take one more. Why not?
All right.
Good morning, caller. You're on the air. It's 20 minutes now before the hour of 8 o'clock. Hello, welcome.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Melvin. No, this is not Melvin.
Who's calling?
George.
Big up, George. Where you calling from, George?
St. Andrew.
All right, George from St. Andrew. What's the answer?
This is the fireworks on the waterfront there.
Oh. I'm going to try to put 2 and 2 together. Then we go hear me say earlier on, so me down there host it and thing. So what you heard when you hear that sound, you think it's captured from fireworks on the waterfront?
Yes, sir.
Where are you calling from?
Maryland and St. Andrew.
We've never had a winner from that vicinity. Are you sticking with that answer?
Definitely, yes.
Man is confident. The man is, I like your confidence. Why not? Let's get the verdict. Sorry, George.
Jano.
Next time, bro. Try again tomorrow, though. And that goes for all of you. All right, 876-676-4996, 876-551-5782. Numbers you can call us tomorrow morning at 7:30 to try once again in the Secret Sound game. Let's do this.
Yeah, get them all.
All right, that's not difficult. So the legend Pele has passed, and the funeral service took place yesterday. And we see the former Santos FC star, widely regarded as one of the greatest footballers of all time. He died on the 29th of December at the age of 82 after a battle with colon cancer in September 2021. One of the big things coming out of the funeral, though, is a statement that was made by the president of FIFA, Mr. Infantino. And Shelz, he's saying that, and I quote, "We're going to ask every country in the world to name one of their football stadiums with the name of Pele." Now, I don't know if that is going to get the kind of traction that Mr. Infantino would like.
Many factors to this. I appreciate the sentiment. I really do. Pele is a global ambassador when it comes to football. I remember how America reacted when he brought football there, essentially. Neymar say, "Oh, he's the one who gave the number 10 an identity." So it's a whole bunch of respect for Pele. But to put building in every country, I don't know how Argentina would feel about that. It's a rivalry that strong for them to even consider a Pele.
And remember, even in Brazil, there were some plans to name the famous Maracana Stadium after Pele.
Maracana.
And that was vetoed by the state governor. That was in I think that was in 2021.
Here we go, Richie. Conditions applied, Mr. Infantino. If you give the money, perhaps. I don't know. The FIFA said, let's look in Jamaica, for example. We need some good stadiums. So and Jamaica love Brazil, we see during the World Cup, love Pele. So if FIFA reach out to Jamaica and be like, yo, look, we'll provide the money.
Or partly financed by FIFA.
Something.
Then maybe
then probably some countries will consider it.
But I can't see every country that wants to build a stadium.
I don't know. They have to go to them research and say, oh, love Pele and love Brazilian football and stuff like that. And see.
A better idea. Put together a foundation that develop the sport.
That's good.
That will be, to me,
I like that.
A good way to honor him.
So Pele knows
legacy.
Yeah,
right. So a Pele Foundation.
Yeah.
And that would contribute to, as I said, building stadiums,
youth programs also.
The conversation about who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time, continues. But I can tell you this much. I watched a video with I think they called it the top 10 most difficult goals that he scored. And that man had awesome talent. Trust me.
Man, you never know, man. From I think there's a video out there of him a juggle a coconut.
Really?
I've never seen it. I've heard rumors of it. Say, there's a video of Pele a juggle a coconut. No, barefoot too. From this, I know say this a brother that the legend is a legend.
No,
so
it's a different type of
so many rumors surrounding the great.
The skills, right? The skills that he displayed. There's only one other footballer, Richie and Shelz, that I've seen. Maybe
come close.
Yeah. Ronaldinho.
That's who made me fall in love with the sport. Yeah, that's who.
Like
Ronaldinho made me love the sport. Ronaldinho love Pele. So naturally, you just have to say, boom.
So you're saying that Messi is far off?
Skillful wise?
Messi, listen, Messi is also great, Richie. But when you talk about magic, believe me, when you look at Pele and you look at Ronaldinho,
That's interesting.
It's an interesting conversation because Messi's sorry for the controversial statement here.
There are
disclaimer,
many who feel
but Messi is somebody's Pele. I don't when Messi get old like Pele now, I go hear people young generation come but disrespect Messi's name and I go be one of them old foot they'll be like, no, you know about Messi.
No, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that
he's
Lionel is not the clever guy.
Especially those of our listeners who supported Argentina to win the World Cup right now. they might be already quite upset because they are of the view, many of them,
Messi great, man. Messi great.
In this time, Messi is
recent
the greatest
times,
that there is out
because a lot of us never even got to see Pele play. We never had the privilege.
In this time,
I
personally, and I'm making that publicly. Yes.
Say it, man.
Yes.
Leo.
What?
Leo.
Yeah, man.
Is the greatest at this time?
In
the
this period.
It's a legend. Yeah.
But you were making the comparison with
but he's
Pele
not
and the skills.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this also, Richie. He's not the greatest of all time.
Hear this. If Messi had a goat,
I'm telling you.
Pele the shepherd. Yes.
Well, that
man. If Messi had a goat,
that's a correct way to put it, Shelz. You understand?
That's how me I left it there, sir.
Yeah, someone out there said, correct by who?
Well,
anyhow,
what they need to do, Richie, what they need to do, just like what you did, right? The information, the footage is there. Watch both.
Yeah.
Watch both.
Yeah.
Believe me. Make up your own mind on it, and you'll see.
Absolutely.
I tell you.
The other story that we wanted to look at is the list of top singers that has been put forward by, is it Rolling Stone? Rolling Stone magazine. And before we give them the top 10 Shelz, there are some Jamaicans who made the list so far based on
what I've
research.
Seen. Yeah.
Barrington Levy, we call him the singing canary, on a list of 200 ranking of the greatest singers of all time that was recently published by Rolling Stones magazine. Barrington Levy is holding down position number 119. You have what they say about him?
Yeah, on the photo. All right, so they said, Rolling Stones magazine says, if an air horn could sing, it would sound like Barrington Levy. Cutting, commanding, and a signal that the next tune is about to be massive. Levy became a Jamaican dancehall star at 14. A series of local hits followed. Next came classic albums like 1979's Shaolin Temple and 1982's Poor Man's Style. Then international smashes like Black Roses and the iconic Under Me Sensi. In the 4 decades that followed, Levy's class of dancehall brethren petered out, but somehow Levy managed to keep that horn of his loud as hell and keep that horn loud as hell and very much in tune.
All right. Well, Shoodly Waddly Woodley definitely caught the attention of Rolling Stone magazine. Well done, Barrington Levy. Further up the ranking, in the 60s now, we're looking at position number 67. Who is it?
D. Brown.
Dennis Emmanuel Brown.
Yep. And they're saying that Dennis Brown was a child star. His first hit, 1969's No Man Is an Island, came at age 9, who matured into a homegrown superstar. With a voice as tough yet velvety as suede, he was one of Jamaica's smoothest love men ever, that's what they say. Not to mention a dispense of homespun wisdom on the immortal 1981 hit Sitting and Watching. Even in his later years, when his voice showed, the ravages of prolonged drug use, they mentioned that he died at age 42. Brown's soulfulness was unimpeachable. No less an authority than Bob Marley once declared Brown his favorite reggae singer. Yeah. All
right. So the Crown Prince of Reggae is at number 67. We're going to skip right up to the top 10, and I can tell you it's all American, and it looks like all black as well, Americans. So, at number 10 on the Rolling Stone, the list of greatest singers of all time, their top 200, at number 10 is Al Green. At number 9 is Otis Redding. Holding the number 8 spot is Beyonce. And then at number 7, the blind genius Stevie Wonder. Another blind genius is at number 6. That's Ray Charles. Then comes Mariah. Mariah Carey is at number 5. The number 4 spot is held by Billie Holiday. And at number 3 is none other than Sam Cooke. Moving into the number 2 spot, held by the late Whitney Houston. And the question is then, who tops the list of the 200 greatest singers of all time put out by the Rolling Stone magazine?
And it's now time for our Fresh Face Tuesday segment. So you see that artist here, well known for his versatility and lyrical prowess. My apologies. His stage name is Vyzadon, and he has been creating a buzz in the English-speaking Caribbean. Born and raised in Trenchtown, Kingston, Jamaica, in a single-parent home, Vyzadon defied all the odds by excelling in his academic studies and pursuing his life's passion, which is of course, music. Now, Vyzadon has released many singles, but one of his singles, Trench Tone, which was produced by Echo One Productions on the Captureland Rhythm, did very well and peaked at number 2 on the iTunes Reggae Songs chart in Norway and number 15 on Amazon Music UK New Releases Reggae Singles chart. It was also featured on the Reggae Vaccine compilation album headlined by Julian Marley, which peaked at number 2 on the iTunes Reggae Singles charts in the USA. Now, Vyzadon is in the studio with us this morning to talk about his musical journey and, of course, his new single, Switch Up. Manners and respect, Vyzadon. Well, go on. Welcome.
Family morning, Radio Land.
Welcome. Happy New Year, sir.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, sir. You know?
I asked him, how is it looking so far? Here the man said to me a while ago. He said, boy, I look good, right? Where am I there? I'm up on the bridge. So you see it as a good way to start the year.
That's right.
Man.
Yeah, man. We're happy to have you in the studios with us, bro.
Now, Vyzadon, right off the bat, I'm going to ask a question here. The name, Vyzadon. Where it forward from? So,
that
Genesis.
many times.
Yeah.
Vyzadon, it actually means versatile, young, zealous, and artistic. I done the Dan recently because I now own my talent. You know what I mean? So the Dan is not as
associated.
So,
It's just about you just honing.
Yeah, man, my craft. And,
Respect.
So you sat down by yourself and just worked through that construction?
Yeah, I've had many names before. It was Visor, then at one point it was Eclipse. So we're all over the place, you know what I mean? So we wanted something that has meaning. Yeah, you know what I mean? But if I'm not telling nobody, they wouldn't know.
They wouldn't know.
Yeah.
First we know.
First I know.
But I like it.
That is it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Trench Town, your place.
Yeah, man, I'm from my place.
Yeah, man. What was any challenges? Because, people associate, you have the good side and the bad side. Any
well,
challenges?
we have socio-economic challenges.
Yeah.
Crime, violence, It's an island-wide thing, but, where I'm from, I can speak about where I am from, Trench Town. But we have good too, the tourist sector.
Yeah.
Nesta Mali, the whole thing they are going for it. So, yeah, Trench Town has its good and its bad. You know what I mean? So we're not shy away from advertising what is bad, even though we don't want to do it. But we have to make the people know, say, yo, this is what is happening right now in our environment and it needs fixing.
So what because we know good parenting have to play a big role in terms of overcoming the obstacles. So was that the only factor, and how did music help?
No, my community raised me, It wasn't just my father or my mother or my auntie. I'm a community raised me.
Respect.
Yes, I mean, it's an 80s baby. So, that's something Yeah, man. So, music now, me choosing music is a natural thing for me. You know what I mean? We got church, we used to sing and all of that. So, it's a natural thing for me.
Respect that, man.
It's important that you highlight that community spirit, because even within these volatile communities, there's a lot of love, and a lot of families that care and share amongst each other. I've done like broadcasts on the fringes of some of these communities, and you get a certain kind of love. Article love where you really don't get many places.
Well, Richie B, I mean, to be honest, if you're gonna be honest, that's not really happening now.
Not now.
Yeah, hence why I would say the flare up of violence. I mean, children are being told that they go to school, a mother got tell a teacher, say, yo, don't lick my pitney. You know what I mean? And then the pitney them spoil. So we not beat pitney if we kill pitney. You get a couple bad cover here and there. But when I look back now as a man, I can say my mother did mean good even though she was doing it in a bad way. You get me? I say so. When I say community now raise pitney again, it's not happening. Because pitney get trouble up the road, mother come. What y'all let my pitney for? You get me? I say one time
one thing leads
when
to another.
that happen, you would hear say, what you do? That the mother asked the child. You get me? I say. Then now the person will scold the child would tell her, say, you know, saying disrespect an old lady and him get beaten up on top of that again.
Right.
You get me? I say, so no, that's not happening in our space. So you find out so the pitney them spoil them. They don't care. They're just not being brought up well.
So what we're doing is we're calling for a return to those original, almost like ancient values.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The culture gone. I mean, we can get back there, but it's going to take some work.
It will. It will.
So the community have to get involved.
Yeah, man.
In raising your kids, because you can't do it by yourself.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
How long now would you say that you've been doing music professionally? And if you will, give us one or two of the highlights of your career so far, Vyza.
Long enough. Well, I performed on the Bob Marley 76. That was a high point. I also performed on the Mix Alive, which features Agent Sasko, Sizzler, you know, the whole works, and yeah, those have been some of the highlights of my career so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and being picked at number 2 on the chart in Norway at number 2.
Okay.
And 15 on UK chart in the UK.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the privilege of going to Norway or UK.
no, music I travel before me.
Wow.
So music actually get a visa before me.
Yeah.
You know, but when I get there still.
Which is right.
Yeah, which is right. That is it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so you have a tune right now named Switch Up.
Switch Up, produced by Talk of the Town Music and Badasai. Yeah, Badasai out there with Jody, but I can't really see him. But
big up yourself, Badasai. Big up.
So, Badasai, big up yourself.
So what's the inspiration behind Switch Up?
Well, Switch Up is basically, I've been through a whole lot in my life, you know what I mean, and recent situations make me really go into the studio, sit down and formulate this song. It's a real story and it speaks for itself, you know what I mean. People just feel like so they want to switch up the thing. I wouldn't really depend on that, so we have to just put pen to paper and just put in the music.
Be a little bit more specific. I say that because I haven't heard the song yet, so prepare me for it.
It's Richie B. Really long get into because it's real personal. You know what I mean? It involves my wife. It involves a friend. It's a whole lot of. Yeah, I really don't want to get personal. I don't think she will want me to get into it. So,
but the lyrics bear out these circumstances or situations.
So out of respect for my wife, that's one thing when I get in this man.
Yeah,
you know, So.
No worries. By the way, say hello to wifey when you.
Yeah, man, I have to big up wifey, man. Yeah, man. Probably awake right now at work, so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get a chance to hear Switch Up. What else is on the horizon? That new release, you have an EP coming out this year?
No, we're not doing any EP anytime soon, but we're working on an album.
Okay. Yeah. For 2023?
Yeah. We currently want to release some singles now with Talk of the Town, which I'm currently working with now on Badasai Music. So that's where we're at now in the space.
All right. For persons who might want to learn more about you, how can they find you on social media?
Vyzadon on all platforms. Get the blue ticks from you. Type in Vyzadon, everything I can come up.
Spelled V-Y-Z-A-D-O-N. Right.
So that's across all platforms.
All I'm going to ask you to do, though, is to introduce the song Switch Up. Switch Up?
Switch Up.
Yeah. Switch Up.
Give them a spliff, them say you're real. Me see the grabber done and man a switch up, what's the deal, yeah. Me put me heart in the freezer. No me na me soul dark and not no me no feel, yeah. Them do me things me wouldn't do to them. Time of the master but I'll know man a heal. Anyway we see them 9 ball I go great. Them will life it come like a back of failure. And no friend to the end like Chucky. Switch up. Talk of it out. Badasai.
Vyzadon, ladies and gentlemen. His latest release. Switch Up. 8:40 a.m.
Yo, big up. Give them a spliff, them say you're real, yeah.
It's that time, and it's that time for us to fly out. It's all about the Canadian connection. That's when we here in Jamaica, the Bridge 99, link up with our fam over there, Flow 98.7 in Toronto, Canada. I'm excited. I'm kind of nervous because Red knows something about me and JoJo. She saw something on my social media, and I'm wondering what she's going to say. Good morning, DJ Ritz. Red.
Watches.
Morning.
Morning. You heard me go.
I saw it.
So it was coming before I even had a chance to really articulate what I was going to say. But I'm not going to jump right into it, but I am. Morning. Where's Richie B?
Happy New Year.
You wanted that dramatic entrance.
We're here. DJ Ollie's in the building.
Dramatic entrance.
A dramatic entrance.
That's
wow.
Hilarious.
Morning.
You
Happy
guys,
New Year. All the best.
Happy New Year. How was your Christmas, New Year's, all that good stuff?
Quiet.
Quiet? For a DJ?
I don't know.
That doesn't sound right.
I saw Oddly's stories. This guy was playing a party every day, so I don't know how quiet it was, my man.
Wow.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
And Richie, you're very quiet.
No, I had a good time. All about family. First Sav with my in-laws, and then to Portland with my immediate family. Lots of traveling cross country, but a lot of good vibes and some wonderful memories as well.
I agree.
How about you guys on that side up in the Cold.
Actually, it wasn't that cold. It was like +6. So everybody was wearing thongs and miniskirts.
What?
Except for Ritz.
I was not.
Yeah, but Ritz mashing up New Year's. We had fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, it was good. Since it fell on a Saturday night, I felt like it was a little extra something this year. So
yeah,
and the first year back, as well. So it was crazy.
You did the sugar daddies?
We did, and Ritz brought his wife, so I was busy with his wife, which was really good. I think I think Ritz is probably going to bring her out more because he didn't see me the whole night.
It's more like I don't think you're going to see my wife again for another year.
Whatever.
she's tired of that Ritz guy, believe me.
Oh no, but she loved it. We had fun, and she was like the mixologist.
Wow.
She was mixing like pineapple, Ciroc, and soda. And I was like, wow, we got the mixologist and the mixologist. And I was like, maybe I was tipsy because I said it too many times. I was like, get it, mixologist.
My wife was there for about 38 seconds. She's like, so where's that bottle we're talking about? I was like, all right.
There you go.
Let's get it moving.
Wow.
Yeah, she knows how to party, that one.
That's nice.
So,
I actually took my wife out on Christmas Eve as I was working at the event downtown. Fireworks on the waterfront. I took my wife and my boys with me, and we had a great time. She especially, I think, enjoyed Kevin Downswell with his gospel selections. I was trying to get a word into her ears, and she was just praising the Lord. Ringing in the new year.
That's right.
Beautiful. So it looks like everyone was taking out their wives.
You want to hear from Shelz?
Shelz.
Nice segue.
I had to zoom in on the picture. I had to wait. Did I leave a comment that we're going to talk about this, or you just knew I was going to talk about it?
I just know you read. I know.
I was going to write that, and I was like, you know what? They were going to wonder who I am on there. Let me tell you. Let me look for it. I'm scrolling through, minding my business, right, Richie?
Yeah.
And what do I see? I see Shelz in love. I see Shelz sharing a kiss. I see fireworks. I see diamonds in the sky. I see, you know what I mean? I see all kind of love in the air. Cupid's arrow flying through.
I'm just seeing.
I was like, what is this? So I went back again. I'm like, Shelz?
Let me tell you, all that you're doing, he expected, because when we signed on, he says, I know when we join later, Red will have something to say.
But let me look at this again.
But it's
Fireworks.
a good look, Shelz.
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie. Honestly.
Yeah, so, it was a special New Year's Eve for me. I don't usually spend it away from my family physically. But what happened was that, my girlfriend and her parents, said, come to this side of the island, St. Elizabeth. And, so, that's like, visiting the parents in their home and all that. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but they really...
Proper time.
Oh, that's why you didn't have on your pink shirt.
That's why
I didn't recognize you.
That's why he didn't have shades on that time.
Yeah, he had no shades, no pink shirt. I was like, who is this?
Yeah, but it was beautiful. And that moment, Red, I knew the fireworks were coming, and I said to myself, I just used the little filmmaker skills I have, and I just, let me just angle my phone and just hope it works. And it was good. It was beautiful.
Well done, Casanova Shelz.
How long have you guys been together? Roughly
8 months. So it's beautiful time right now.
Yeah.
Because it was so perfect. It was like, I was like, wait a minute, is the ring going to come out? Like, what's going on here?
Whoa. Let's just take it step by step, Red.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you, Ritz.
Have you seen the video, Ritz?
Yes, I have.
It's a movie.
It gave me butterflies in my...
Oh, boy. So love for the new year.
It's a good look,
guys.
Shelz.
Yeah, and love for the new year.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Oh, beautiful. And the in-laws like you, right?
Yeah. Yes. Apparently, I know I have an open invitation to visit. So I think that's a good start.
But you did good.
Yeah. It was too bad. They like my corny jokes and all, so it was good.
You don't give corny jokes.
Hey, I have
to put that in there.
How bad does Shelz want to go to music right now? Out of 10.
Oh yes.
What a morning it's been. I hope you have been doing well. People are out there, some of them setting their own New Year's resolutions. Yeah. I remember a pet peeve of Shelz last year was, if you're going to set your
don't publicize it.
You have to publicize it.
keep a small circle if you want to be held accountable and you know stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that, but keep it to yourself.
All right. You don't have to take the recommendation, but
yeah.
All right, somebody's saying, thanks for this one. It's my life. Not too sure who wrote that, but thank you for writing in. Ron wants to know what position was Barrington Levy on that list. And remember, we also discovered that he was 67, right?
67, yeah.
On the list of the top 200 singers of all time, as put out by Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah.
Barrington Levy holds position number 117.
Yeah.
And Dennis Brown was 67.
119 was Barrington.
Yeah, 119. Right. Barrington Levy was 119 on that list. Which was topped by Aretha Franklin. Dennis Brown was at number 67 on the list. And we also discovered that there were two other Jamaicans on that list as well. At number 98 was the legend Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And at number 94 was Toots from Toots and the Maytals.
That's right.
All right, so Jamaica did well. We had 4 in that list, and we say congratulations to all. Right now it's 12 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock, and we want to say thank you to some peeps. Shelz, 7 o'clock this morning we had a nice chat with Kevin O'Brien Chang, and he looked at the possibility of a cabinet reshuffle and some of the possible placements that could happen should the Prime Minister decide to switch things up a little bit with his cabinet. We had our secret sound game, a new feature, a new sound, but no winner. So we get a chance to play one more time tomorrow morning at 7:30. We had Vyzadon at 8:30, and he's a young artist that's on the grind.
Yeah, one more son from Trenchtown, you know?
Definitely doing well, and very positive music is what he's putting forward. Then at 8:45,
it's all about the Canadian connection with DJ Ritz and Red on Flow 98.7, and you just missed it, you guys. You just missed it. The foreplay segment, and today's theme was motivation.
It's been a beautiful morning. Our first working day here on the bridge for this year. I'd like to big up all my colleagues, management and staff of Bridge 99 FM, the newest, fastest growing radio station in Jamaica. We wish all of our colleagues all the very, very best. And we want to extend that now to the Bridge Nation.
For real.
Who, without them, we could not do what we are doing. We also want to say thank you to all those sponsors who have stuck with us and those who will be coming on board this year, because we represent good value for your money.
That is true.
So make that call, 876-630-3327. One of our sales associates, representatives will walk you through the deals and packages that we have. Thanks to all of our participants who peeps in the streets. Happy New Year to all of you. And thank you, Shelz, Jody, Peter John, DJ Audley. On behalf of the entire gang, this is Richie B wishing you a wonderful day. Keep it locked. Queen Elise Kelly comes in at 10 o'clock. And there's a whole lot more to look forward to right throughout the day here on The Bridge
99 FM.
This was Top of the Bridge.
Up and go.